Gracious.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for taking such an interest in the harmonized elections of Zimbabwe. It really shows that you have a passion for our country, and more important, that you value democratic practice like what? Because that's what is going to be here, whether you're local or you are from foreign countries. Your numbers alone indicate that you have nothing to hide for the country. Our democratic practices. And the fact that you are invited by the Zimbabwe government speaks volumes about its efforts at showing the world that the hard-earned democracy of Zimbabwe is part of the democratic movement. It's a road. We are traveling, we are a young country. We are traveling, and not only 42 years old, other countries are much older, democratic practice. But we are trying our best. And more importantly, the invitation across the world also shows that we will aspire to try to become a model constitutional Republican democracy. That's what we aspire. I want to go further to say that you are observing the people of Zimbabwe cast their vote. The results are now being collected, and prerogative to announce the results under the Constitution of Zimbabwe belongs to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. So we, as a party which is responsible, we are making sure that we give Zimbabwe Electoral Commission the space to do their job and come out with the result according to the constitutional mandate which arises from the Zimbabwe Constitution of 2018, which was a national effort, including Zanu, which is the main party, the ruling party, but also the main opposition at that particular time, which is the MTC, and of course other interested stakeholders in Zimbabwe. This is the constitution you are using. It is a product of every political player, of every major political player who is in the game. Even the interviewing of the personnel for the ZEC was a parliamentary process which included the people and the deputies from the opposition. So we are very conscious as a party that we do not in any way try to impede on the integrity of institutions which we were party to their conception. We are very careful about that. We respect those institutions. We see them as important pillars of national unity. They've got a historical role to discharge. They also have a political role to discharge for the people of Zimbabwe. So I want everybody to bear in mind that the constitution we are using was a collective effort of MTC, who is now moved into the CCC realm, of which Advocate Nelson Chamisa has become the leader of that particular formation. But you know, you can't, it's not a cafeteria. You can't go and choose your menu, it's a la carte menu. It's offered as it is. You can't choose what you want in the constitution. You should participate in it and then reject it. Having said that, I want to salute the people of Zimbabwe. As we await the results, we don't know 2 days, they went about their task of fulfilling their constitutional mandate to choose who they want to be their ruler at local level, at deputy parliamentary level, but also at the most important office in the land, presidential. This is what the people was about to do. And across the land, they did it in the most exemplary manner, notwithstanding the challenges which may have arisen from an administrative point of view. They went about their business. They did not fight. They did not try to upend the system. And they go in the booth as individuals. They make a decision inside that booth as an individual, without anyone breathing down their neck. You make a decision there. So any aspersions about Zimbabwe's being programmed in any manner before election vote so that they go inside as a robot, it's not true. There are no species in Zimbabwe which is a product of chatbot. They are conscious people making their decisions. They do not have software which has been pumped into their heads to make them go and make certain decisions predetermined. No, they left their homes, went to the booth, made a decision, and you saw the process step by step. I think many of you had the opportunity to see people here. Step by step, the checking, the cross-checking of names. Do you belong to that constituency? Is it your voting booth which you are in? Your name is there. Here is your pen, and the ink is then marked on your finger, and then you ink to make sure that you prove that you have voted, and you come back again. And then you are given the freedom to go inside the voting booth and make your decision. So, people who try to make a lot about the pre-environment of elections want to make it as if people of Zimbabwe are software programmed. No, they are not software programmed. They make conscious decisions. There were efforts at trying to make an issue about what was wrong. Of course, the constitution of the country does not oblige. But anyway, people went to court about the matter. In a Republican constitution, there are 3 arms of power: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. They cross-check each other. The laws we are applying to be made by the Parliament of Zimbabwe, as indicated earlier on. The application of law is made by the executive branch of the government. In the event that there is disputation or infringement, any Zimbabwean who is a constitutional entity is free to go to the courts, which was duly done by a number of individuals. And the effect of it, of course, was that we went headlong into the elections with a lot of litigation. This was an attempt to make sure that the system is seen to be transparent. So we have no issue about people going to the courts to go and find a determination about an infringement. We actually applaud the courts, including a new novel entity called the Electoral Court, which is meant to make decisions as quickly as soon as possible, so that it does not upend the democratic process of voting as proclaimed by the President on a particular day. So in any event, we need to congratulate ZEC, but notwithstanding all those litigations, they still managed to get a voting on the 23rd of August, like by and large. Because of the litigation, and because it's the first time that we are using the electoral courts, it reeled made Zek work overtime. When mistakes were made, definitely there were also time delays, there were also logistical issues. And we are very happy that the precedents, the supremacy of the people exercising their vote was the guiding principle in general, and an extension was given to those polling booths where voting had not yet started because voting material was late. It is in the same spirit that ZEC, maybe much to the chagrin of the ruling party, allowed certain members of the opposition who had 10 days to register as candidates, but only left to take the last minute to register as candidates. They 10 days. They went there without their money, without their documentation complete. And ZEC made a decision that their registration be extended until midnight. When closure was at 4 o'clock on the 21st. So here is a bias by ZEC towards giving every Zimbabwean an opportunity to go and vote. Yes, there was a decision by the court, High Court, on certain candidates which was then overturned by the Constitutional Court, which was in the same spirit that the Constitutional Court felt that the vote is very important. We must give people a chance to vote, rather than to say administrative issues open the people from voting. I want to remind foreigners who are here, foreign correspondents, we are the first national liberation movement in modern times to fight an armed struggle to the point of victory, enforce an armistice on settler minority racist aggressors, and really invite the end of their imperial sponsor, England, to host an armistice called the House Agreement in 1979. Out of that, a near victory army decided to lay the arms down, assembling dangerous assembly points and gathering points, and give the people of Zimbabwe free rein to choose who should be their president. By the way, there was no voters around the 1970s. There wasn't. In the event, we assumed office by the ballot box in 1980, not by the bullet. Many other countries I won't mention, the national liberation movements, took it upon themselves that because they want to make that victory, they are the government. We actually became a template for the United Nations. I'm a diplomat. I've served in several countries. I was in law. We became a template of how to resolve issues after armed confrontation within a nation. So I want to emphasize that our democratic credentials, one, they were hard earned by our sacrifice. Two, we actually exercise that democratic right to assume office. I want to dispense with the sanctimonious notions of some certain Western countries, particularly those with an imperial record which never gave Africa democracy, to try to say they can now become proselytizers of democracy. No. Colonial Britain never gave the base of this country, African majority, a right to vote. It never did. From 1890 when they occupied it, until we won it by the armed struggle. So, equally, Washington, a country which has got a history of slavery as the mainstay of its original economy, cannot come and say we are paramount of democracy, therefore you Zimbabwe, you must do things our way. And there's a sobering aspect, the prospect of seeing reality of seeing a former president in an auction, which is President Trump. because he was refusing to accept the outcome of the election. It just means that the road to democracy can be very difficult, even for those self-communists who are in Washington. It's a challenge. We accept the challenge and try our best to make sure that we travel the road of democracy. That's why we have observers, that's why we have principles of SADC. Now, coming to the SADC principles, we want to make it very clear. They are a product of the member states of SADC. They are not administered by a particular individual who may become the president. He is only in what is called a fiduciary role, a delegated responsibility. So we hear of a certain head of the delegation from a certain country, SADC mission, without prior consultation with his colleagues, fellow observer missions from sovereign states, and without them even reports back to their countries, even going back to their secretariat, because the secretariat is the collective secretariat of SADC. He decides to delve into matters which have nothing to do with his mandate. SADC has got several committees which deal with various issues of SADC, of Southern African development. It even has a constitutional review committee within its ambit. If anyone has got issues about the Zimbabwe laws, that is the relevant body within SADC to come and question the statutes of the sovereign state of Zimbabwe on a peer-to-peer basis as fellow acceders to the SADC protocol of unity, of cooperation. It is not the duty of a particular individual to arrogate to himself the role of a constitutional review committee of the laws of Zimbabwe. So, Mr. Nevers Mumba from Zambia, we call you to order. Don't delve into the laws of Zimbabwe. If you've got issues with those, tell your relevant institutions, not the SADC Observable Committee, your relevant institutions, to take it up with the SADC Secretariat in Zambia. Otherwise, we know that he is a preacher, he comes here, he has got his friends, and you are seeing him overloading and accosting himself with the triple C. We don't think that's what Zambia states about. He even goes further to try to make an issue about civic organizations and chooses some against the other in Zimbabwe. He favors Zesi and others. Then he casts against FAS on the other hand. This is a bias. I want to remind you, America had a civil war in 1861, starting in 1861. Because of the duty to protect the unity of America, certain of its citizens decided to form the American National Rifle Association. It's a historical product of the American evolution as it became a modern state. Today, the NRA is one of the most active of American civic bodies, to the extent that it now decides to lobby for certain politicians with a bias toward Republicans. Not only that, you hear of periodic massacres of school children, of people in shopping centers. Because America says you've got a right to have a gun. We went through a civil war. We went through a liberation movement. One time the gun was in the field. It's the only other thing I could hold on besides my anything. But we dropped week after independence, so we know guns. We don't have a gun culture. But the Americans have maintained a gun culture which is now causing so many massacres in their country. But nobody wants to speak about that from other countries. Now you want to make an issue about our historical circumstances. Our people are natural vigilant because they fought a war, and they will continue to be vigilant, and they have institutions which are a continuation from that warlike phase of our people, like civic committees which are looking at security and intelligence to say, are we safe? I always emphasize the point. If in Zimbabwe you go to a rural area or certain places and you cannot be identified as one to marry or not get married to, within 3 to 4 hours, the CIO intelligence organization of the country will know. Where does that come from? It comes from you all. You have to know who is who. Know your friend, know your enemy. If you don't, die. That's what, because there was all sorts of nefarious institutions of terror, of murder, of disappearances, the Sedu Scouts, the Special Air Services of Zimbabwe. All these institutions, the Fumorewan, these are historical institutions which made it life difficult in rural areas. So vigilance is natural in Zimbabwe people. So to make an issue about FAS and other historical institutions about Zimbabwe is to question the origin of the state. And for Mr. Neighbors, I want to remind him that our original training about Zimbabwe Defense Forces came from Zambia. We were hosted in Zambia. We were hosted in Tanzania. Maybe because he is from a later day party, he can't go to the archives of his country and really understand the role of Zambia in the base of what Zimbabwe Defense Forces. I want to politely remind him to go and read the history of this country before he starts castigating Zimbabwean entities. It's not right. Every country has got its own history. That's why I made an allusion to America and its National Rifle Association. And by the way, the Americans had actually copied it from England, which is also a National Rifle Association. So the idea of vigilance in communities is not new. And the idea that an association can lobby for its interests, just like the National Rifle Association does in America, it's not new. It is the same as this trying to lobby for the interests of the opposition. But there's a the line in the sand. You don't arrogate yourself the role of a statutory body which has got the sole responsibility of conducting and announcing elections. It's not your duty. Let that body which does the job be given the full mandate to try to have a parallel system so that you instigate prejudice and you try to challenge the integrity of our institutions before they've completed their job. No, no, no. That won't be accepted. We know the pain of giving birth to the Zimbabwean state. We know the threats which face the Zimbabwean state. We make a distinction. There is the Zimbabwe state. We take it as it is. There's political contestation by political parties. That is allowed. You can contest for political party. But the moment you try then to challenge the legitimacy of the Zimbabwean state, who are you? And to challenge it on behalf of post-imperial nations in Europe and in America, incenses us. More so, some of us unfortunately, because the birth of the Zimbabwean state was a painful process. Out of every 5 people I went to war with, only 2 were alive. And most of them with males and traumas of that war, and blinded and unable to cope with life afterwards. The Zimbabwean state is sacrosanct. We will go to any length to defend it. And we will no interference, and we fear no power to defend this Zimbabwean state. There is no issue about people contesting these political parties because it's a constitutional provision brought by the same army and defended by the same state. It is the same state which defends that aspect. They all speak peacefully to even the opposition today, just like the ruling party. All of you. What makes you feel that you can come to Zanu headquarters, speak and sit like you do and take your pictures? It's because you know there's law and order in the land. Who is administering that law and order? Is the Zimbabwean state. Please give it respect. Give it respect, is Zimbabwe state. So I want to emphasize the point that we are dismissive of the ramblings and mouthings of Nefas Mumba, who abuses his judicial role as the head of the Zimbabwe Sadc Observer Mission and arrogates to himself a dictatorial mandate as a solo individual to say I'm here to promote the interests of a fellow preacher. He's a preacher. He probably used to come and compare the Bible notes with Chinese lady. He's a preacher. So their camaraderie in the gospel of Christ has nothing to do with his role as an observer of Zimbabwe elections. We await the outcome of the elections. I will not try to say who is winning, who is not winning, because it's not our role as a party to do that. It is the role of ZEC. We leave it to ZEC. We remain confident. The same confidence which made us campaign so hard, the same confidence which made our president scour the land, holding rallies, meeting churches, meeting businessmen. That I will get the vote to make me the president of Zimbabwe. We remain confident that we will score a majority which will make him the president of the republic. And with luck, we may get even 2/3, way beyond what is needed to rule the country. We may get 2/3 majority. Only the head of course of the civil majority, which gives us power. But if the people of Zimbabwe were willing, we get 2/3, we celebrate. We have no problem with the performance of the opposition. It is the appeal to the Zimbabwean electorate. That's why I say the winner in this election is the Zimbabwean people. They've shown the whole world that they can exercise democracy in their own way, in a peaceful manner. Have the patience, fortitude to stand for hours, even extending into the night, because they value the insertion of their eggs on a piece of paper. Clearly, that person is not pre-loaded software driven. No. He's making conscious decisions. And that's what the people of Zimbabwe do. They made conscious decisions to guide which numbers to come from. They also make conscious decisions to go into their eggs on the one which they fought so much about. That's what I wanted to say by and large. On a separate note, we have our Vice President of South Africa, who was part of the BRICS Plus Summit. We are very happy of the progress which the BRICS have made as a putative global institution which is meant to address the historical neglect and marginalization of the global south. The behavior which we are making issues about today, about people who want to poke their fingers at the local institutions in our country, originates precisely from those powers which gave themselves first imperial power, courtesy of an early access to the prowess of the Industrial Revolution. Europe stripped ahead of Africa and other continents. Then industrial production made them powerful. And they then had a gun before everybody else did, even though the gun was invented by the Chinese. And they formed a cartel at the Berlin Conference to deny other nations in Ghana, so that it becomes an instrument of control, of dictatorship to other countries. Of course, in 1971, European power, Russia, broke out of that cartel and decided to make the gun a democratic weapon for everyone. It was the democratization of the gun, which eventually made it possible for us even to defy England and its proxies and become free. But there are vestiges of that era which includes the abuse of the currency of one particular country, which we see Zimbabwe suffer inflation, which is way beyond physical possibilities. To have a hyperinflation, which is the velocity of money several times faster than the speed of light. It's an impossibility. It's a physical impossibility. But Zimbabwe went through that impossibility. So the BRICS countries are now addressing the weaponization of currency against other countries, and we have been a victim. So we hail the decisions and the progress which the BRICS countries made in South Africa, especially on the African continent. And we are particularly delighted that the major oil powers are all now in one club, because the basis of the American dollar is the world currency. It's not the American military. No. The basis of the supremacy of the American dollar was American economic progress translated into the ubiquity of one particular commodity, petrol, for mobility. And they made an agreement with Saudi Arabia that anybody who buys fuel must pay $2. Saudi Arabia agreed in 1971. That's why the US dollar is what it is today. It buys every commodity, the most important commodity of trade. But there are now challenges to that. And Saudi Arabia is now a competitor because America is now a net exporter of fuel. So they are competing on the market. Maybe Saudi Arabia doesn't want any more US dollars because it is competing with America for the market. So to help Saudi Arabia, Iran, UAE, join Russia, and together they account for 70 to 80% of the world production of petroleum. And if they can decide that we use local currencies or our own national currency, it's good. After all, we in Zimbabwe have made more progress already than using gold as a way to get out of the inflation which was affecting us because of the weaponization of the US dollar. So we are on that road already. We say to the others in the BRICS countries as they search for a new way out of the weaponization of the US dollar, we say, welcome on board. We have been for 22 years trying to struggle out of that predicament. So more are joining us. Isn't it a good thing that we are trailblazers? I told you about what we do from various offices and great office. We were trailblazers. Here we are. We are trailblazing in a major geopolitical financial paradigm, which is a resistance to the weaponization of the dollar. The main thing is it has started. You may fulminate as to why, you may argue as to why it's not going to be easy, but you can't argue for the rationale is going to happen. And once there is a rationale, there will always be a will. And when there is a will, there is a way. More so, when the biggest buyers of oil now are Russia and China, with the second largest economy in the world, and India, the fifth largest. These are the economic powers imagined, and they are all in the club. It's a good thing. Maybe America may also now begin to know that it should cut its cloth according to its size. Because you can't sustain that kind of military always by printing money and loading the burden of inflation to the world. Because 4 times for Africa to borrow money than America pays for it. Cost 8 times for Africa to borrow money than Europe pays for it. Can you imagine the burden of development which we face because of the abuse of the Western currencies? So here to the BRICS, and I'm very glad that Zimbabwe formally acknowledged that it is applied for membership. We were searching for this global institution which would save our interests as a country, because we struggled as a landlocked country under all other circumstances to defend our integrity, our independence. Now it's a wave. The more the merrier. We are happy with that. So it says there is a warning and a caution to those who, when they come for election observers in Zimbabwe, they want to act as surrogates of outside forces. That's why the police moved against some of those organizations. We are happy that they were nipped in the bud, because they were trying to abuse social media to create contestation based on falsehoods about who has won and who hasn't won. When the referees won, you don't have 10 referees in a match. You have only one referee in a match. You can't have 10 whistles, 4 or 5 whistles refereeing a match. You can't have it. So there we are. There we are. That is where I am. We want to again welcome you, your numbers, and say testament to our openness. Please, those who are genuine, profile your advice. We take it and sift through it and see what our parliament can then make it into a law. But we don't make arbitrary decisions, because we have a constitutional process and a sovereign institutions through the expressed will of the electorate which make those decisions. They are not arbitrary. They go through a process, a legal and constitutional process, consultation, and then in an agreement. I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, Ambassador, I will not stand up for the sake of my colleagues that should be divided. My name is Kelvin. I am a journalist for the media. And really thank you for the opportunity that you gave us. The issue of funds has really attracted the attention not only of the Scientific Observation, but also has been mentioned by the Commonwealth Observation as well as the European Union Observation. And in this press conference, you have characterized these SPAs as a civic-led organization, which is in the ambit of such organizations like ZESCO, for instance. What we'd like to know from you is whether you can give us confirmation as to whether PAS is registered as a civil society organization. And secondly, what is your response to allegations and reports that, well, this organization has been carrying out surveillance work and intimidating and coaxing voters to vote for Zanu, not necessarily operating like a civil society organization that's lobbying, but rather it is intimidating and telling people that when you get into the booth, you will know through surveillance who you're voting for. Are you able to address those allegations?
First, it's a registered organization. And I am not chairman of funds. But I'm sure like guys will have to look very good. I emphasize, unfortunately, vigilance is now DNA. We organize our population to make it daunting for any outside powers to think that they can come and disorganize people as well and conquer Africa. Because what was the gain of Africa when we were conquered, when we were enslaved, when we were colonized, was disorganization. And a national liberation movement, the most important task, I spent my youth at the university to organize people. The most daunting task was to organize people, to offset asymmetrical warfare advantage of the Rhodesian army with organization of people. They became Goliaths with blind eyes and deaf ears. We became Davids, if I can use the Bible quotation, with open eyes and wide open ears. We had information. Information is power. We will never, as a country, relinquish our role of trying to get information and intelligence for the protection of Islamic State. That's why I gave you the experience of the American International Rifle Association. That's why I gave you even England as a civil institution. We have no apologies to make institutions which are in their origin in our hard fight for independence. We have no no apologies. Your second question about fuzz intimidating. I repeat, people go in a booth as individuals. They are not shepherded into a group. They make decisions as individuals. This Zimbabwean voter is not programmed by software from fuzz. It's not. And the performance of the other opposition parties, particularly the main opposition party, is testament to freedom people's making decisions on a free will basis. Look at their votes. Look at their votes. So